Wikileaks has done it again, this time releasing countless classified documents revealing the endless level of intrusion of the freedom and liberty of the people. A cyber war is going on right now, and we are the target. You came here for the truth. Today, we are going to look at Wikileaks. I also want to look at the market. Beginning with Wikileaks, this is very important. We saw what happened with Bradley Manning. We saw what happened with Edward Snowden, and it is continuing. Let's begin with this right from Wikileaks' own website, where you can see Tuesday the 7th of March, Wikileaks begins a new series of leaks on the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, codenamed Vault 7. Okay, so whenever you see Vault 7 online, this is what they're referring to. It's the largest ever publication of confidential documents on the agency. So we're going to talk about this for years to come. Remember that. So this is a very historic time right now. We have, in just the past few years, so much information has come to light. And it's not like we didn't know that this was going on, but now the actual documents have come out. Throughout the years, I've read so many things that are, either declassified or something along these lines, and you see that information and it just outlines so much of the program that is in place. It really reveals a lot, and this is critical information. Many people who are just interested in the financial markets need to see this and realize how much control the agencies really have over the governments. And we think that there's all these safety things in place and everything else, but really it's not there. It's just a real fiction. The first full part series, Year Zero, comprises 8,700 documents and files from an isolated high security network at the CIA. It's going to go on over here. I'm not going to read it all to you. Let's get into some of the articles which are based on this, where they picked out some of the juicy details. A vast portion of the CIA's computer hacking arsenal appeared to have been exposed Tuesday by the anti-secrecy organization Wikileaks. I love the way they talk about this. Stay tuned here for this. Out of the Washington Post and some of the others I show you here, they talk about it like it's they're bad people or something because of what they're doing, which posted thousands of files revealing secret cyber tools used by the agency to convert cell phones, televisions, and other ordinary devices into implements of espionage. What are they talking about here? They're talking about your television, your smart TV, your smart meter, your smart light bulbs, anything with the word smart in front of it, like smartphone. It's constantly spying on you, constantly bringing information from your mouth to their technology. They're going to be able to read that data, and they're going to put it in a database. That's what the NSA is doing. That's what the CIA is doing. The trove appeared to lay bare the design and capabilities of some of the U.S. intelligence community's closely guarded cyber weapons. So we're revealing a lot of information here at this time, and they will say that this is damaging to the national security. And of course, that means they have to then get who is responsible. Of course, they're going to, if they ever get Edward Snowden, you know that he wouldn't be treated very fairly at all, that's for sure. A breach that is likely to cause immediate damage to the CIA's efforts to gather intelligence overseas and place a new strain on the U.S. government's relationship with Silicon Valley giants, including Apple and Google. And I do believe that that's where we have to realize that this is not a lie. This is not the truth. This is in fact a lie. Apple and Google, where maybe they have started on their own. I've seen a lot of evidence to suggest that Google was more of funded by the government. Doesn't matter. Let's just pretend that they started off as their own entities and they were built up. At this point right now, we know that they are completely integrated with the government. They may suggest we're not going to let them hack into the phones and we are not going to let them do this and that and we are going to be all free, we're going to be transparent and all this. You know, when you really look at what they've done over the years, you know that's not true. You know it. It's just a fact. Whether they say that on the outside or not, it simply doesn't matter. Wikileaks, which claimed to have gotten the files from a current or former CIA contractor, touted the trove as comparable in scale and significance to Edward Snowden's release. Moving on. The anti-secrecy organization WikiLeaks posted thousands of documents Tuesday purporting, okay? Remember, it's not real, okay? Nobody said it's real. It's just purporting to reveal CIA hacking secrets, including suggestions that the spy agency is able to turn smart televisions into listening devices and defeat encrypted communications such as Signal and WhatsApp. NBC News has not verified the authenticity of the documents, but computer experts and former intelligence officials were treating them as real. And essentially what they're saying is that, and perhaps I'll just wait till this next article, let me show you right here. The U.S. intelligence agencies are facing fresh embarrassment after WikiLeaks published the biggest ever leak. And it goes on. The thousands of leaked documents focus mainly on the techniques for hacking to reveal how the CIA cooperated, check this out, with British intelligence to engineer a way to compromise smart televisions and turn them into improvised surveillance devices. So what did they do? Well, your TV has a little feature, and that is an on and off button, right? Probably all used to that. Well, when you turn your TV off, there is something called fake off, and it actually suggests that when your TV goes off, it can still remain on, record the information that it is picking up, and pass that on to the CIA. And that's what is going on. It's not just the NSA, it's the CIA. But the way I look at it, and it seems to be, compartmentalized. Okay, the CIA does their own thing, the FBI does their own thing, NSA, and so on. They have all these agencies. And then there's, the different structure above them. When you look at Homeland Security, it takes care of all these different agencies and things like that. I like to, what I call, zoom out. These are all being controlled with, other than their compartmentalization, they're all being controlled all by the same select few. Perhaps not directly. It's not one individual who has a meeting with the head of the CIA, another individual has a meeting with the head of the NSA, all together on a conference call. Okay, guys, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to hack into people's phones. I don't see it happening like that. It happens in this compartmentalization. It's a genius plan. It's the way it's always been done. And quite frankly, it is successful. Look at what's happening. I believe that it's all being part of a greater plan, and it just seems to be very, very fitting. This extraordinary collection, which amounts to more than several 100 million lines of code, gives the possessor the entire hacking capacity of the CIA. The archive appears to have been circulated. This is important. The archive appears to have been circulated among former U.S. government hackers and contractors in an unauthorized manner, one of whom has provided WikiLeaks with portions of the archive. And there's going to be another major mole hunt, if this is all correct. It's a big deal. So somebody's probably already dead, or they will die because of this, unless they go public. I don't know why they didn't go public in this one with Edward Snowden. See, a lot of attention was put on Snowden, so they couldn't just execute him behind the scenes. Nobody would have known the difference. Okay, that's one thing. And the last thing I wanted to mention was that I read, it's not necessarily official at this point. I just read it just from one site which picked that out from this treasure trove. So I'll try to bring that information once I confirm it. But what they suggested was that they can hack into people's cars and get them to cause accidents, and then the accident could be made like it was, all an accident anyway. The accident being an accident. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what it's suggesting. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if it's just it's ever been done, but let's keep our eyes on that one. I want some more details on it. Okay, I was talking about Snap, aka Snapchat, and how maybe it's a pump and dump. Well, once again, there was a little bit more of that dump. Snap Inc.'s shares tumbled 12% on Tuesday, and traders raced to position themselves to cash in on further declines after analysts gave the company a lukewarm reception following the red hot market debut. So the shorts came in and pushed it down a little bit further. Let's take a look at it. Once again, it's hard to read on this chart here, but essentially what we have is a decline. Another 9.8%. We're looking at $21. It was IPO'd at $24. It did a little bit of a climb, and then it has come down ever since, hitting below the IPO level. Whether this is necessarily something that's a pump and dump, it didn't really rise high enough to give me that inclination of a pump and dump, but still, I think there's this sort of frenzy and everything, and they try to price it as high as possible, but I think that's really a big mistake, because this is what happens. This happens all too often. And I like to always cover this. Here we have another self-driving car, or in this case a bus, with no backup driver nears California street. Just another one of these examples. Is $250,000 autonomous bus. This technology is going to get very cheap very fast. I believe that in about 5 years from now, this will be half the cost or less. So we're going to see a dramatic increase in the autonomous vehicles that hit the road. Right now, they're just in testing phases. And, I think it was an airport or something I covered not too long ago, where it drives on the same track all the time. So it's very easy for an autonomous vehicle to do so. This right here is technology that will increase, ultimately replacing a lot of people's jobs. Elon Musk himself said that, yes, in fact, these jobs are going to go away because of our technology. As a result, we need to get these people a lot of jobs fast, because the change will be very abrupt. I do agree with that, and I do believe it's unfortunate in a way, just the way it is. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. When you give me a thumbs up, it pushes these videos higher up in the YouTube search rankings. I appreciate that very much. And last but not least, if you found the video informative, I know you will find my book, The Money GPS, even more informative. So look through the book. If you go over to Amazon, they have a look inside feature that will allow you to flip through the pages of the book and see if you like it. Take care. I just want to thank each and every one of you out there who has supported me in one way or another. I want to specifically mention the Patreon individuals who donate to me regularly. Thank you so much. Thank you to all those who have donated through either Bitcoin or through PayPal. I really appreciate that very much. Whenever I see a donation, every single penny that comes in, I'm so grateful for that, because it means that you really care about the work that I provide. So I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you. And if you give me or purchase my books, that's obviously something that I appreciate very much. If you happen to watch any of the advertisements on my videos, or leave it on and let it play and ignore it, whatever you choose to do, that also supports me. When you give me thumbs up, when you comment, when you subscribe to the channel, all of these things help to support me. So in each and every way, I do appreciate that. Thank you.